Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see the Mayor Brandon Johnson? You underestimate us. You underestimate the black people, and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in y'all side, and we're going to be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take matters in our own hand, and we're going to stop.
Chicago is truly the city that keeps on giving. Ooh, Chicago Red! Unseating the liberals! Hello, friend, and welcome back to The Conservative Poet with me, Amania. As you know, on this channel, we talk everything politics, reactions, political commentary, a little bit of humor, some parody to drive home the crazies that we are seeing in the society. So if you're back, that means you enjoyed the content. So help me out, friend. Like, share, and comment. That way other people can find The Conservative Poet and they can enjoy this awesome content that we're putting out. So thank you very much for your participation. Again, like, share, comment. It all helps me out. Without further ado, we're going to get into this video right now. The residents of Chicago is standing up to Brandon Johnson, and they're going to do that in an epic way. First, Brandon Johnson is already having a very bad day because his tax cut was shut down at this very meeting. And then, of course, they let the community say a few words. I'm going to let the community talk so you all can get the gist of it. And then I'm going to come back so we can discuss the epic torture of woke Brandon Johnson.
Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see the Mayor Brandon Johnson? You underestimate us. You underestimate the black people, and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in y'all side, and we're going to be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take matters in our own hand, and we're going to stop it. You know that Trump had pulled 45% of the voter in the state of Illinois, 37 in the city of Chicago? That's the statistic. That means that Illinois is turning purple. We're going to turn red.
Y'all can bird dog me all y'all want, but if it's relationship over duty, then y'all don't serve the blue. And you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I got to address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you. Because you're going to protect the undocumented, while you're going to allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer under your, 33%? C. Lopez cooked that 3% up a long time ago. Y'all called it a circuit breaker. Y'all been talked about it. Remember, before you came in here and gave that jovial speech, you need to be inspected. You and that creep over there.
Acting like, you just going to bully everybody. You got people, officers whose families don't even want you to come to the funeral. You just like a schoolyard bully. That at some point, and you might not know nothing about it because you grew up in Elgin, but those of us who grew up on the south side and west side of Chicago, we all know at some point that bully gets cornered in the alley. And everybody come at him. And he ain't gonna have nobody to help him. That's you. That's you. Keep thinking you ain't gonna abide by what the President of the United States said. Everybody know better than that. I see you, Anna Valencia, in your red. You know what it is. This is the second time you showed up in City Council in red. You know what it is? Yeah. Yeah. So you and the rest of them that know what time it is, y'all come on. You leave that loser where he is. He's a loser. He's a loser. No, me and Zoe, we ain't doing nothing for nobody except for ourselves. We got you. Loser.
14% rating is what you appear to have, Brandon Johnson, across the United States, or how they see you. But 14% rating. Now, I'm going to talk about all those known donations of $11.5 million that came from places like the CTU, the SEIU, the American Federation of Teachers, Illinois Federation of Teachers, and then someone got the nerve to get on there and talk about cutting the pensions. What about our real estate? Because, see, we paid for these properties for a purpose and not for you to go touching it with $300 million that you want to siphon out of the citizens' pockets. Get rid of the illegals, and that'll take your money right back. Started off with that.
In the letter calling for the special meeting, the only item up today for consideration is item number 02024-0013679, an ordinance authorizing the fiscal year 2025 property tax levy. There are 0 nays, 50 nays. This matter has been voted down. Alderman Mitchell on a motion to adjourn.
Seen that? Heard that? Good. Friend, are you exhausted with the gaslighting from the left? Because I know I am. And sometimes it can be a tad bit stressful. And in those moments, I whip out my patriotic candles and I burn for freedom. I burn for our country. And I get a little bit of relief from the insanity that's coming from the left. So today you can get it 30% off at the Orlando Patriot. Grab yourselves some candles to relieve your stress as we hone into this election and it's becoming more and more stressful. Grab some for your friends, family, even grab some for a liberal or a leftist because they are stressed out too. So 30% off orlandopatriot.com. I'll see you there. Thank you. I really appreciate your help. The constituents of Chicago are upset with their fierce leader, Brandon Johnson. With every right, they should be. The mayor has turned their city into a sanctuary city. Well, it was probably a sanctuary city before he got in, but he embraced it and has continued to embrace it. Where mayors like New York City Mayor Eric Adams is saying, you know what? I'm prepared to work with the Trump administration to get these things fixed. Brandon Johnson is doubling and tripling down, as opposed to being prepared to remove some of the illegals that's causing part of his deficit. He is doubling down that he's going to continue to invest, as he puts it, into people. He's not investing really into his constituents, the voters, the taxpayers, but he's investing into people as a whole, which means everybody in Chicago is supposedly included in that. So, what is it that the mayor is supposed to do? What is his job? What is it that Mayor Johnson is supposed to do for his constituents? Let's take a quick look at that. Here is an overview of what Brandon Johnson's job entails. So, the mayor of Chicago is the city's chief executive officer and has many roles, including administration. The mayor manages and directs city departments and appoints department heads, right? Policymaking. The mayor recommends policies to the city council and can veto legislation. He can enforcement. The mayor enforces city ordinances and ensures that city employees do their job. And that should include the mayor himself, right? Following the rules as management, as the leader, right? And the budget. The mayor submits the city's annual budget. So he should be able to present a balanced budget and as to what they're going to be doing with the money. Presiding officer. The mayor presides over city council sessions and can break tie votes. So this past meeting, they had a vote and 0 people voted. Out of 50, 0 voted to increase this tax thing. So he didn't have any, there was no ties for him to break. Community engagement. The mayor's office works to increase community input and involvement. The mayor is elected in the year before a presidential election year on the last Tuesday in February. If no candidates receive more than 50% of the vote, a runoff election is held in April. The mayor's term is for 4 years. Where the mayor's office was created in 1837 when Chicago became a city. The current mayor of Chicago is Brandon Johnson, and has held the office since May 15, 23. So May 15, 23, May 24. Gosh, he's got 2 more years to go. Can the Chicago people hold off 2 more years? No, they should just recall him. It appears to me that Brandon Johnson is literally failing the constituents of his city. He is essentially, the president of his city, the governor of his city. He runs the city. And so he runs all of the departments. He's in charge of just about every aspect of the city. So him not protecting the city, him leaving it a sanctuary city, him utilizing taxpayer money to fund this illegal situation, all of that is him taking advantage of his office and not doing what he has been elected to do, which is everything that we just listed here. He has failed to do the job of what he has been elected to do. And so, what do you think should happen to Brandon Johnson?
You're fired. 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 You're all fired. All 4 are fired.
Take that advice, Chicagoans, and fire Brandon Johnson. Recall him, do whatever you need to do to completely turn Chicago red. Friends, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for taking the time. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It really does help me out with the algorithm. It lets YouTube know that you like this content and that you want it. And other people will like it and want it as well. So thank you for helping me out there. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting the channel. Monetary help is really appreciated. You can send me some thank yous, Cash App, Zelle, whatever you're able to. Really does help me out to continue to bring this work to you. And you can also join the subscription, Patreon, have all of those links in the box. So these are the ways that you can help me if you find value in this. So I am trying to give value, and I would like to know if you have value, if you find value out of this. So one of the ways that tells me that is, of course, the monetary giving. So thank you again. God bless you and keep you. And I want to say thank you to my subscribers. And I want to say also thank you to my subscriptioners. Thank you very much for helping me out there. Really, really appreciate it. So again, God bless and keep, and I will see you in another video.